guys, and welcome back to TirsbaekTV and the very first video of 2017, which we thought we would kick off with a Q&A, just because why not, and also it helps us sort of figure out what you guys want from us this year, based on the questions that you ask us. And also, we hit 3,000 subscribers right at the start of this year, so that's an awesome way to kick off the year and another reason to celebrate with the Q&A. And hopefully we got all the questions. If not, then there'll inevitably be another Q&A sometime in the future. But Nissa is the quiz master for today. We thought we'd come out in my TD5, do something a little bit different. So quiz master is going to begin once he's finished polishing his glasses. And you may have also noticed there is snow on the ground. Unfortunately not actually like enough to do anything with. It's just kind of like, just looks like someone snorted cocaine and then sneezed all over the earth. That's basically what's happened.
That's one way to put it. Alright. First question from Scott RC. What are your favorite Defender /90/110 engines in order?
Well, TD5 is going to be my first. I think we know what our firsts are going to be. So TD5 for me, and then after that, I don't really know, I'm not that fussed. Probably tied second 300 TDI and V8, and after that, it's just whatever.
Yeah.
So, to be honest, we haven't had that much experience with like the TDI engines.
No, not really.
So it's really difficult for us to judge those.
I've had some, doing it quite some times, but there's also the new Puma engine.
Yeah, which is a good engine, but like if you want to mess around with it, it's not so good. There's not a whole lot you can do with it.
It's not made by Land Rover. It's kind of like pulled out of a Transit and modified a bit to fit in the Defender.
Yeah. Okay, what's next?
Next question. It's not really a question, it's just a statement that Cracker got an A for my presentation about the Defender.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. What it was
well
about.
done. Yeah, tell us more about your presentation.
The history or something.
And what subject was it for?
Yeah.
I don't know what subject you can get away with doing a presentation on Land Rovers for.
Design?
Well, I mean, you could do, design, or like biology, because I've got grass coming out of my car, so you could do biology. You could do
greenhouse.
Chemistry, about how the metal oxidizes into rust. Or maths, about how every panel gap is slightly different in size. Yeah. There are a lot of different things you could do. So, yeah, well done. What's next?
Wilson Dust Films asked, I have a Defender 90 TD5 from 2005, and I was wondering how you can get the clutch any lighter. Could you do an installment of a Bosch that is possible to make it any better? As it is stupidly hard. Cheers.
I saw someone reply. I don't know much about this, but I saw someone replying to that saying you can get like an aftermarket clutch spring or something.
Yeah.
Which loosens it up a bit. But me personally, I mean, this isn't really an answer to the question, but I personally don't mind the clutch at all, and I've gotten so used to it that actually, like, I prefer the feel of a heavy clutch of the Defender to like a normal car now, because you get way more feel out of it.
Yeah, you do.
So I actually prefer the heavy clutch. But if it's not to everyone's taste, so I know like some people even, if you have like problems with your knee or something, it can actually be quite uncomfortable, so there are reasons to change it, but unless Nissa you have any other suggestions, I don't know apart from that whole spring.
No, I do agree with the heavy clutch. I do also like the heavy clutch, but you remember Michael and Elsa's Defender 90? Yeah. They had like the hardest clutch I've ever tried. Like,
really?
Yeah.
I never drove that, so
painful to pull down every single time. So if you get to that point, it's probably a good idea to get a spring that kind of helps you pull it inward, so it's already got tension onto it.
Yeah.
So you just push it down, you just like squeezing the spring back together. Yeah. There should be some kits on eBay for that. And else try and bleed the system and see if that helps anything. Is there any air bubbles or anything doing some weird stuff? So that'll probably my suggestion of making it lighter.
Also, I'm just going to interrupt for a second. I apologise if the sun is creating some like glariness into the camera at the moment.
Lens flare.
Your lens flare. It may have just done that on that last bit because we were driving like directly into the sun. So hopefully it's not too bad now. But I apologise for that. You may have just been like looking like ghosts for the last 5 minutes.
Next question. Donat Samati. No idea if that's correct, but he asked, what is the T numbers, I number sticker on the side of the V8 good for? That is something to do with the Danish registration, about how much it's allowed to carry on the back and how much it's allowed to weigh in total. Actually, I don't know if my sticker's up to date really, if they even use that system anymore, but
yeah, I've got the same on mine actually.
Oh yeah.
Somewhere.
But that's what it's for, so the police can kind of see like it's allowed to weigh so much, and they can kind of like judge if how big the trailer is, if it's allowed to pull that. But I've pulled bigger things than what's allowed to. So that was on private land.
Yes, it was on. It happened to be on private land.
Yeah. Next one. Yanni's Dream. Why do you use Britpart products?
Now, I saw this question. I was like, I don't ever remember having used a Britpart product in any of our videos, so I'm not quite sure where that comment comes from. But to give it a sort of answer, I know that Britpart stuff gets a bit of a reputation for being dodgy on some of their stuff, and it's generally said that like any moving part you get from Britpart is not a good idea, but anything else is fine. I don't really have much experience with them, and also, like I said, I have no idea when I've ever used a Britpart product before.
You must have at some point filter bolts something.
Yeah, but that's all like stuff that you can pretty much rely on. It's not like I've
it's not
put like a Britpart turbo in or something stupid. So I don't know. Yeah, but that's my answer.
I still haven't got any, bad association with Britpart. I haven't had any parts.
Land Rover wave, Land Rover wave! Did you not wave?
No, not wave. Discovery.
I thought it was Kim.
Oh yeah.
So I thought you waved.
Yeah, a different.
I just got rejected on camera by a Land Rover.
Anyway, next question. Jack Wallace. Do you do YouTube full time and then smiley that's upside down for some reason?
I've always confused that. Does that mean it's like not a smiley? Does that mean it's a sad face? Because it's a smiley face.
I don't even know how you do that kind of smiley.
Maybe it's if you're doing a handstand or something. No, we don't do YouTube full time. I wish we did.
That would be pretty cool.
It would be awesome if it was, and that's in a way what I'm trying to work towards. Because it'd be awesome if one day this could be our full-time thing. But at the moment it's just not it's not lucrative enough and big enough at the moment for us to be able to do it as a living. It's a bit warm in here. It's a good 8 degrees in here.
Yeah.
Yes, no. Short answer is no, it's not.
Yeah. And if we needed to do that, we need an office, we need a workshop, we need
probably an accountant or something.
Yeah, a lot of stuff to make that work, really. Well, it would be cool if some point we could do.
If we could do it, we would.
Stuff,
but we don't have the means to do it at the moment.
Next question from Edward Hughes. Perkins.
We met him at the LRO.
We did. I remember. Are you planning on going to the LRO show or billing LRO show this year?
LRO Peterborough, yes, like 100%.
Yeah, we need to go back there again. Awesome.
The thing we don't know is whether we're flying or driving, because if we can find a way to do it, then I'd love to drive over.
Yeah.
But either way, we'll find a way of getting there, whether it means like rowing across the English Channel. Then
he said it, not me.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that. Yeah, we're definitely coming back because 2016 was our first year there. We did a video on it if you want to go check that out. And we were completely blown away by the whole show and also meeting our fans. So we are 100% coming back for that this year. Billing, I don't even know when billing is. Maybe, we'll see. It just depends when it is, because obviously we don't live in the UK, so it's more of an effort for us to go over and have to take time off work and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But LRO Peterborough for sure.
Next question. Andres Royas. Are you traveling somewhere this year, and could you film it? If so.
Traveling right now, we're filming it. kind of stuff going on in the background you don't know about, which we're not going to talk about.
I don't know if you know that.
Yes, you do.
I don't know.
Anyway, so maybe that's all I'm going to say. It's all a bit cloudy at the moment with that. We don't know.
If you should go somewhere, it should be to Malta. That's an awesome place for Land Rovers. There's like defenders everywhere, and loads of off-roading as well.
Yeah,
like the local grocery guy we had, like next to our hotel. Yeah, he had like a trophy and a picture of him and his trail defender doing mud bugging. That was so awesome. I like showed my key at my keychain with the defender on. Like went to a small talk. It was really awesome.
Where am I going? I want to go.
Else I'm hopefully getting tickets for Tomorrowland 2017. I don't know if you can film anything there, but I saw like 2 defenders last time, and we drove down there in a Defender 110 bus. That'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, the other place I really want to go back to, I am definitely going back to one day, is Iceland, because I went there on a school trip, like I think it was in 2013. And obviously that was a school trip and before TirsbaekTV and everything. But that's another place that is amazing for Land Rovers and 4x4s in general. And it is the most amazing country I've ever been to, because it's literally like going to another planet.
But it's cold. It's very, very cold.
Yeah, it's cold now. Like,
this isn't cold.
Okay. But no, it's an incredible country, and it's like going to the set of a sci-fi film or something, because it's literally like being on the surface of an alien planet. It's amazing. Plus there's loads of Land Rovers there with like monster truck tyres on, because of the conditions there. So that's another place. So Malta and Iceland are not places we're planning to go to, but we want to go to.
Next question, straight out of Porton. What is the meaning of life?
Land Rovers.
Yeah.
Land Rovers and boobs and beer. I don't know. Yeah, let's go with that.
Games 202. If you could win one car, what would it be? A win, mean not buy / tax.
Well, and basically he's saying what's our dream car, I guess. Mine, as I've said before, is a Pagani Zonda or a Pagani Huayra. I love Paganis in general, so either of those it is.
My one would be a pumped up Supra. Or an RX-7.
I'm going to add... So your Supra RX-7. I'm going to add Range Rover SVR in there. Even though it's not the most crazy expensive car, or neither are yours, but Range Rover SVR is just like a car can do everything. So yeah. I really want one of those.
That would be my family car. Right. He asked, what security measure do you think is best for a Land Rover?
Dog. Not my dog, he's a bit small.
And not my dog,
he's a bit lazy.
He's a bit lazy.
I don't know, we're quite fortunate in Denmark that we don't have the same theft problems with Land Rovers, because I know in the UK it's a really big issue.
Yeah, like every time we go onto that Facebook page it's like stolen Land Rovers everywhere.
We're constantly seeing like stolen adverts on Facebook. So we don't really have to worry about it too much here. But I think, I don't know, I guess the obvious ones are just like steering locks. You can get pedal locks, you can get things which like lock the gear lever. Just get that kind of thing, lock it in a garage if you can. Even if you're strapped for cash, I always think if I put my car somewhere where in a slightly dodgy area, then a good thing, even just put the transfer box in neutral.
Yeah,
because yeah, exactly. Because people might not realise that, if they're stealing a car and they don't know it's a Defender, then they're just going to if they try and drive it away, they're going to go, oh, it's broken or whatever, or they don't get it. So just simple stuff like that. If you need like a quick security measure, then just, stick it in neutral or whatever, and do things like that.
Yeah. So you could probably get some kind of locking device that like shuts the engine down if it gets too far away from the receiver. So if you've got like a receiver inside your home that you connect up to a Defender, so you drive your Defender away, like within a couple of 100 meters, it's like shut down. Well, that's a thing you can get. I think it is. But that's only if you don't like to put all the stuff on your car, which you leave it somewhere.
Or another, if you have two cars, then another kind of cheap way is to put the cars so that the Defender is behind the other cars so they can't get out. Things like that, you know, if you're looking for easy methods.
Somebody actually tried to steal my sister's car up in a city north.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They've gotten into like 2 or 3 other cars by smashing the windows, and they tried on the Defender to smash the windows and like hit it twice. You could like see the marks on the window. And they couldn't get into it. They used a crowbar on the doors, and the doors was like opened up a tiny bit, but they couldn't get into it. So they went on to the next car. So, like 2 cars before and 1 car after the Defender was broken into, but they couldn't get into it. That's pretty cool. Yante1, if you had all the money of the world, what would you change about your landing? Big engine. Big engine.
I would. I'm just going to pick 1 or 2 major things. Firstly, like tuning it and sticking on a bigger turbo. Because you can, sorry? Two turbos. Because you can easily get a TD5 up to like 250, 300 horsepower just by tweaking a few bits. So that would be one of the things, and the other I'd probably like completely like restore it, just give it a new chassis and everything else, because my chassis in places isn't great, and I just go through it with like a fine-tooth comb, as they say, and just like repair everything back to like original standard, so it's like a brand new car basically. That's what I do if I had unlimited money.
Garage Dweller. D-W-E-L-L-E-R.
Dweller?
It says carrier pigeon is on its way. I'm sorry, but we haven't seen any carrier pigeons around lately. We probably shot them up.
I had a pigeon for dinner last night. No, I'm
like invited inside.
It's a come inside. No, it's a Blackadder joke, which you probably won't get because you don't watch Blackadder. Anyway, Karen.
What's the next one? Alex's Massive World says, are you planning on going to Goodwood Festival of Speed again this year? I'm hoping to.
Yeah, I went to Goodwood Festival of Speed in 2016. Did a video on that as well if you want to go check that out. I don't know if I'm going to go back this year. I think it's probably unlikely, because if I do go, I tend to go every other year, because I went in 2014 as well. Because the Festival of Speed is amazing if you're a petrol head, because it's everything you could ever want if you're a petrol head, but it is really expensive. I mean, the tickets are really expensive, plus I don't live in the UK, so I have to travel over. So it is unlikely, I'm afraid, Alex, but I know we met you at LRO, and we're going to be back at that anyway this year, so you can see us there instead.
Cool. Matt Hall asks, how many hours per week on average do you spend working on your personal Land Rovers?
I don't think there's really a fixed amount each week.
No. So if you buy something new, you go, woo!
Yeah.
You spend 12 hours fixing it, breaking it first, and then fixing it.
You spend 12 hours swearing and then 1 hour for it.
Yeah. But really, it's not that much. Had to be done. Not really that much.
Yeah, it's not a fixed amount.
No.
It's not like we say, oh, we spend 2 hours a week or whatever, because it's just like whenever we want to, or whenever we get new things, or whenever something breaks. So you can't really answer that exactly.
Awesome.
I love this road, but it's really not the right car for it.
No. And Hugo Wagner asks, I cannot speak the English today. What do you do that your Defender doesn't rust too much? Do you drive your Defender if the street is salty in winter? Awesome videos, a great channel. Kind regards from Austria. Awesome.
Is it Austria?
Yeah.
Firstly, thank you. And Austria is another country I really want to go to, actually. We don't. Well, you've done something to your chassis, haven't you? Anti-rust.
Yeah, I've coated it. It does. You should have had a coat last year, but the coat was so good that we gonna wait till the summer to get one more coat of this thick, oily stuff, which makes the chassis look like completely new. But that's kind of what we do on our Land Rovers. But that also does kind of mean that the chassis isn't rusted to start off with. Because if it is rusted and you start spraying that stuff on, it's not going to do anything. The rust is just going to start from the inside and
than double the mileage of yours, despite being half the age. Should we go and turn around?
Yeah.
It's very. This is for those of you watching. This is quite a posh hotel, actually. In fact, it's a casino. Wait, no, wait, there's a roundabout here. Oh, we're not going to go into this now. Okay, we just turned. No, I haven't got any anti-rust thingy on mine, but it's something I should probably look into at some point. Because for cost compared to like usefulness as a thing to do, it's quite good. Because we all know what defenders are like with rust.
Yeah.
And mine could be better.
But there are also some companies that specialise in chassis replacements for defenders.
Yeah,
do it over like 2 or 3 days and just change completely new chassis.
Yeah, but that's the thing with defenders. It's quite easy just to take it off and get a galvanised chassis. But no, there's nothing like, apart from Nissa's and wax oil stuff, whatever you call it. There's not like one thing in particular. I mean, I'm still driving through winter every day, so on salted roads.
Well, you should be able to get that wherever you live, like auto mechanic things that do it.
It's pretty standard,
and it works great. Like 2 years, every 2 years you have to respray it. If you do it in summer, it's really easy because it's all nice and clean, so it doesn't come off. The only down part is if you go through a field right after you had your coat on and it's just harvested, it's gonna look like a hay bale underneath because there's like sticks to it. It's like tar.
Yeah.
That's the only minus with it. It needs to be sitting there for like a month before it gets proper dry. You can work with it, and also all the bolts and nuts underneath it is also completely covered in exhaust as well. So if you need to change any bits, do it before. Plus you have to, use some petrol to get all that tar stuff off and loosen the bolts. Otherwise it works great. That's what we do to keep them going. Benjamin Savage asks, I'm thinking of putting a V8 engine in a 200 TDI. That's a good choice. Which V8 would you recommend? Am I right in thinking that the 3.5 Rover can use the same LT77 gearbox, or is it better to use a new gearbox in? I understand that this can often involve modification to the bulk of the GTC. So what would be the best advice? Thanks.
Well, you're the expert there, so I'll let you do that one.
I'm not the sharpest in gearboxes, but I believe you can get pretty much a bell housing for every single gearbox that's out there. T77 is an older version of the R380.
Yeah, this is a 380.
Yeah, so that's like the one older. And I also thought of getting the LT77 on the Creeper when I'm building that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you can get a bell housing that can fit the Rover up into the LT77 gearbox and transfer case in the back.
Yeah, and also shout out to Synchro Gearboxes.
Yeah.
If you need a gearbox, go to Synchro Gearboxes. We've done a couple of sponsored videos with him before, but he's your man.
Yeah, he can fix you up with any gearbox you need and make it like new. And when you were saying that the 3.5 Rover would be a good choice, it is, as long as you don't get the low compression one. So you need to have a look at the engine number, which when you look at the engine in the front, it's on the right side between the 2 first and 2 second cylinders. It's a small number on the top of it. And if you take on the internet, you can see what kind of compression it's got, and it does also say above the engine number what kind of compression it is. I think it's 9 to 35 to 1 compression, which should bring you up to around 200 brake horsepower from standard, depending on what condition the engine is in. I would recommend you going for a 3.9 if you can, and just throw a carburetor on it and get an Elbrock or Holly carburetor, because I'm not really that interested into the fuel injection from what I heard from other land road mechanics. They say that you can put it on and work perfectly fine, but it does kind of take like 2 or 3 breakdowns before they fix or mounts it correctly. So that's also my plan is putting a carburetor on it. That's just so much easier, and you can fix it with a screwdriver and a hammer if you break down somewhere. So yeah, that would be my advice for you. Die Guy asked, TDI or V8?
Short answer V8. Long answer, if I was commuting to work like daily or something, then TDI is probably a better idea.
Yeah, I would go V8. Yeah, there was.
No, I'm just saying. No, okay, no, I'm just going to the next question.
Land Rover Adventure Q&A. Hey guys, I would like to say that you are really top guys and I'd like to see much more videos. Go beyond, but my question is, where's the creeper? The creeper is currently sitting in a barn up by your place. We drove it up before winter. This year we need to get started on the creeper and hopefully also finish it by the end of the year. It said that it does gonna mean that I need to do a lot of work, a lot of travel back and forth, because on this Friday coming the 20th of January, I'm gonna get my stripes on as an NCO, and I'm gonna be moving from here, Maida, where we live, over to Copenhagen, which is like a 2.5 hour drive. I'm gonna be working there every day and hopefully get back home in the weekends. So that means I only got the weekends to work on the car to start off with, but after that I should get like a couple of weeks where I don't need to work, but I still get paid because we got so many people doing stuff there. Kinda hard to explain, but what do you call it? What? There's a word for it in English as well, I can't remember.
Word for what? Sorry, I wasn't sure. Ducks!
Ducks! Ducks! In English called it afspacering, where you're kinda like, we haven't got any more work for you to do, or you have worked so many hours that you're not allowed to work anymore. So you can just like go home and
overtime, maybe?
Yeah, overtime pretty much. Sort of that thing. But hopefully I will get some of that if I just work really hard. So that means I can get home and like be home for a week or two, where I can just take the creeper down and start doing stuff with him.
Yeah, and also if I may add to some other questions that have come up over the past year. We're only able to, as Nis has already said, basically, we can only work really on the cars at weekends mainly because of Nis's work, because he's only home at weekends. And also we don't have like the budgets of, say, bigger YouTube channels, so these things are going to take slightly longer time. And also some other people are concerned that we were starting new series and that might make the other ones take longer, which isn't the case. If we start a new series, then it's in addition to what we already do. It doesn't, just because we start another series doesn't mean that the other ones take longer to do. We're just trying to add more and more stuff to what we do.
Yeah, but really like Bob is kind of an ongoing project. Yeah. So it's not like we can just say we start that date and we're gonna end that date. We keep putting a supercharger on, we're gonna do the suspension on, we're gonna do that and that kind of running. But creeper, I need to get that done from A to B.
Yeah, the creeper's got a bit more of a solid finishing point.
Which also means I need to scrape all the parts. I need to do suspension, engine, gearbox, all that stuff. I need to start gathering that in a big pile, and then whenever we got time, we just start from the back and just work our way forward. So hopefully it gets done in the end of summer this year. Hopefully, famous last words. Where did we get to? Adam says, Adam Clark on Snapchat, Q&A vid. Have you always used old big force on that farm? Any other machinery? How many acres do you farm? Thanks again. Keep up the good work.
I don't know how many acres it is.
I don't know. It's around 400 hectares, I believe. Okay. I really don't know. We just brought 2 new fields up by lettuce on the side.
Yeah.
Got 2 new fields up there.
It's pretty big.
It is pretty big.
And it covers quite a large area, but I don't know the exact measurement.
I would say around 400. It's not. I don't know how many acres that is, but you can probably push some buttons on a computer device and find out.
And Fords, it's always. Is there anything? Yeah, it's always been Fords. Is there anything else other than Fords? I can't think of anything.
Well, if you look very specific technically on that, we started off with counties, which then developed into Ford, and then Ford became New Holland.
Well, there's been a few Massey Ferguson. Really old ones.
Yeah. Proper first ones. But yeah, it's always been big Fords with like blue for some reason, and not green. But they work really well.
Yeah, and although they're older vehicles, I don't think they've ever had any issues at all.
No, I remember one time where we had a Fendt like a brand new modern fender out, helping us because at that time we only had the 28830s. So got from another machining part thing, came over to help us, and that broke down like in the middle of the day. It was like broken down for 3 hours while the Ford just kept on going. Yeah. So too much technology can also be too much, I think.
Yeah. Like a TDI engine, I suppose.
Yeah.
Simple and bulletproof.
Exactly. Like the AK. Next question. Car character. Can we do a fan meetup at the Tiersbaek farm?
I'm not sure we'd ever do one at the Tiersbaek.
No. I think mainly all of our fans are coming from England and other parts.
That's interesting.
Of the world.
It'd be interesting to know where that Oscara, I don't know what the word, or fan or whatever, comment comes from. Cool, I can see in the shadow the GoPro on the roof is still on. That's good to know. Yeah, I don't think we'd ever do one at Tiersbaek because that's sort of our home.
Yeah, would be cool though if we get.
It'd be cool.
We do like a huge off-road event.
But
trails.
Oh yeah. If we could do something like that, but I think we'd have to have a little more growth before that, and also respecting privacy and all. I think we wouldn't do it at Tiersbaek, but
we could take out to other off-road events, especially around Denmark. If we did Bobdon, that's like an event every weekend where they go out to somewhere.
Yeah,
do loads of off-roading with the Land Rover guys. That would be pretty cool to do.
But no, we definitely like doing meetups, but just maybe not at Tiersbaek. And like Nathan said, I don't know if we'd ever, at least for the time being, I don't know if we do a meetup in Denmark, because I don't think a lot of our fan base is here.
No. So if we would do a fan meetup, it would probably be in England, like kind of coded together with the LRO show.
Yeah.
Like we could drive over there, we could do a fan meetup out in the parking lot or something.
Yeah.
Shady place. Jeffrey Wonick, I believe that's correct now. I'm just kind of getting payback for all the other ones for trying to say Nissa. Spells with an E and say NASA.
It's literally in the intro of our video. People got the spelling of your name wrong, which I find entertaining.
It's not even my name; it's just a nickname.
Yeah, it's your nickname actually. Yeah. So.
My real name is much worse.
Yeah, it's.
Are you planning to do a review of the Defender Heritage Edition?
Yes. Yes, we are.
And it is coming.
It is coming. There's not really a long answer to this other than yes, we are definitely doing that at some point.
And I'm really keen on putting everything we got into making that.
Yeah, I think.
Come up an awesome review or montage or what we would call it.
Sorry, just to interrupt, but I love this kind of contrast here. We're driving through a little scenic forest, and there's a hybrid BMW going very slowly, and then behind you've got this like burbling, smoke-spitting Defender. Anyway, he's just clearing a path of nature and stuff.
Yeah, so we come and destroy it.
Yeah, we do want to do something. Definitely, we are definitely doing something with the Heritage. I think because it's such a special car and it is really the epitome of everything to do with the Defender. I think we want to make it as good and as special as possible. So we're just kind of waiting for the right moment to everything else to do that. But it is coming sometime this year.
So we're kind of putting everything else aside for doing that video. When the time comes, we're going to put everything into doing that video. So we might not be seeing a video for a month or so because we need to get that done. It's such an awesome vehicle, and we are so lucky to have one.
Yeah.
I saw on the Facebook page that one guy posted that it's the first time I've ever seen a Heritage standing in the public, and I was just kind of every time we go in the workshop, the Heritage just standing there with the dust on it, and just what are you doing in here? Such a beautiful and awesome vehicle. We're so lucky to have it here. So we will definitely be doing that.
I'm gonna have to go into low range if this person starts going any slower.
Looking at nature. Next question. Pablo P-A-B-L-O-O-B. Pablo 17. Are you going to be doing a video on the Creeper motor rebuild? No, because we're not going to be using that motor. That's just how we see this. We're going to be putting a V8 in there.
Yeah,
the engine's in it right now is actually quite healthy. It starts and it works and it drives just fine. But we're going to be pulling that one out and putting into all the other engines we have. I think we've got 6 old 4-cylinder petrol engines buy. I don't think that, because I haven't got any experience of how to disassemble and assemble that kind of engine. Could probably do it, but it'll just be a bit, you know, I want to be on the safe side, so I'm going to be buying a crate engine from somewhere, RPI Engineering, or somebody else who can build it for me, and I say I want to put in a vehicle that and that, and I want carburetor, I want that on the Pro Charger, whatever I can think of, and they're going to build it and ship it off to us. But we have got people around us who know how to build an engine like that, so we kind of, time will tell what kind of price they're asking to do that. Well, what would be awesome, to film a complete engine rebuild of the V8. Bale Psi 88. What are the easiest mods to do on the 300 TDI engines to improve performance and drivability?
On TDI?
Yeah, 300 TDI.
I don't know actually.
No.
Boost pin.
Yeah, boost pins. When in doubt, boost pins.
Of course, you can't do an ECU tube because I don't have an ECU like the TD5. But that was the whole thing with the TD5.
You can get, depending on what kind of gearbox you got onto it, you can get the synchro gearboxes, stick shifter.
Yeah, you can get a stick shift, which doesn't necessarily make it, well, I mean, marginally
it makes more drivability.
It's going to make it a hell of a lot nicer to drive. Get a slick shift, watch our video on it, and get one, because they're amazing. You won't regret it.
So that would be really good. But engine-wise, that depends. If you end it in such a poor condition that it's not really worth driving around, you should probably look into getting a new engine. But 300 TDI is kind of, as we said, an AK-47. You know, it's can only hit into 200 meters. Got huge bullet, a lot of stopping power. And it will keep on going, but it's not like really made for human hands, and it's, you know, kind of very rough, really.
It's rough around the edges.
TD5 and the TD4 is
rough and ready, as we say.
Yeah, rough and ready. So I know, as we said, we haven't got that much into the TDI 200.
No, I mean, that's something we'd love to explore.
Yeah, we've got some, as we said. We've got like three or four of them standing around that we can use.
But obviously we've got like 2 or 3 other things we're working on. So I'm sure one day we will do something with TDIs, but at the moment we haven't, up to this point we haven't done anything.
That's the same one. Liana Freya, Leanne. Liana.
What?
Name Leanne.
Leanne. I don't know. Whatever. Just say Nazar.
I finally just got a TD590 hardtop. Nice. It's a 2003 totally original car at the moment. What mods do you recommend to improve the Defender without losing that, especially something that makes us all adore them? Interior and exterior.
Well, a lot of the mods I got on my car are based around making it more livable with. But this car definitely still feels like a Defender. So slick shift.
Yeah, because you can't see it.
You can't see it.
But it feels awesome.
Aesthetically, it doesn't change anything, but it really makes it nicer to drive with the gearbox. I don't know what else. Like stuff like if you need a console, the Mud Stuff console.
Yeah, but I think that's a bit too much because you kind of want to keep it original. It's like behind it, what we can achieve that. Get an ECU remap. Straight through exhaust. Yeah.
Straight through exhaust is another one that's straight through exhaust and slick shift are 2 mods that are really like good bang for your buck. They're really good value for money, and they'll make a big difference for not that much cost or effort to do. So those 2. I don't know what else. It's a very broad question, so depends what you're going for. Because some people they want to make it better off-road, or some people want to make it better on-road, or they want to make it better for carrying and stuff. Whatever. It depends what direction you want to go down, but slick shift and straight through pipe is 2 that I definitely go with.
An ECU remap,
ECU remap.
Power.
And you can do all of that for a few hundred quid, and like all those mods for a few hundred quid.
And maybe also new speakers. Instead of getting these extended ones, you can just get new ones and plug it in where the old ones are.
The thing is, like this car didn't have a radio when it came. So if his is the same, you might not want to like do
all the wiring.
Well, it's got the wiring, but he might not want to like mess with the dash. Like you said, it might want to be original.
Yeah.
So if you've got a radio, then definitely do speakers, because that's another thing you won't notice. Apart from, you know, physically it doesn't look any different, but it sounds a lot better.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I'm not really sure. But those are some quick answers.
Some good start-off points. Maybe lights as well. There's some LED headlights or something. Also.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And Pablo asks, when are the new Creeper videos coming? And I already asked that.
Yeah, we've basically had that question.
Yeah. And I think really that was all of them I had on this one.
Is that all questions?
That's all questions. We made it through.
Huh?
We made it through.
We made it through, and that was 42 minutes we're up to now. Although we spent a few minutes at the start setting things up.
Yeah.
So it's probably in the end about the same length as the last one, which I wasn't expecting, because I could have sworn that was a lot less or fewer questions. And like we say this every time, but it always goes on longer than we expected. So hopefully this will just be unedited and it'll go up, and all the questions will be included. And if your question wasn't answered this time, then we apologise. But I think I got all of them. I might have missed one or two on Snapchat or something. But anyway, there'll inevitably be another Q&A sometime in the future. The subscribers are shooting up. Not that we have to do them when we hit certain subscriber numbers, but on another note, the subscribers are shooting up, because I checked it this morning and we're already at like 3,070. So that is insane. So thank you guys for the continued support. We're blown away continually by how much this channel is growing. And 2016 was by far the biggest year for this channel ever.
Yeah.
And I think it was the first year we started taking it seriously.
And getting projects.
And getting projects and travelling places and so on. So I think 2017 can only get better. And it makes both of us really excited to see what's going to happen this year compared to last year. So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.
It's like the third time we passed that guy in the scooter.
Is it?
Yeah.